Greetings everyone and welcome to Planet Coaster 2. Today I thought we'd build a water slide, and not just any ordinary water slide, something a little dangerous, something that will probably make you second guess using this water slide for our guests. So here I've just started off by using a single body flume, and we're just trying to get the right height so that the test dummy actually falls into the pool. So that's looking about right, so let's get some guests over to the pool so that we can actually fully test it. So here I'm creating a path, and if we want to fully test it, we're going to need some facilities, so let's get some changing rooms lined up so that we can get the guests over here changing, ready to test out our body flume drop slide. So at this point we're going to get our stairway connected to the platform, and we're going to get a queue ready to the path. That way our guests have access to the slide. Let's get our facilities a little bit closer. And while we wait for our guests to test out the pool, let's use a scenery brush, because I find it really useful to get some foliage just around the area, just to make it look a bit more interesting. And as good as the scenery brush looks, I think it would be better if we actually find some palm trees that we can place ourselves. So I'm going to come here, look at the filters, find the tropical palm trees that we can just dot around the place. Sort of breaks everything up, makes it look a bit more interesting. So it looks like our guests have found the changing rooms, and now they're jumping into that ridiculously sized pool. And you'll notice, even though I tried using the test dummy and it was going into the pool, we're seeing that our guests are overshooting the pool. And I don't want any of our guests getting injuries, suing the park, so let's see if we can tweak this. So using the pool tool, I'm going to extend the pool just slightly, just so that when they're falling, they're going to hit their target. Now, so at this point I noticed that when you play back at normal speed, they seem to disappear, but when you do it at twice or 3 times the speed, they're going down the slide. Now I don't know if this is a bug in the latest patch of Planet Coaster 2, but I couldn't find a fix. So you'll see me testing here different speeds. First I'm trying it at normal speed and it's still not working. I'll try it at twice or 3 times the speed and they're hitting the mark. So at this point I thought, well, I'll just refine the pool, I'll shrink it down a bit, see if that fixes it. Now jumping forward, I tried doing the same thing with a body slide, but again, still having the same problem. So I deleted the body slide, but instead tried the body slide that's wider. Now using the test dummy, I could see that the test dummy was hitting its target in the pool. So I decided to see if we could open it to our guests, and I'm so relieved that it actually worked. So normal speed, it was working fine, sped up, it was working fine, I was having no issues. So with that in mind, I decided to put attention to the original slide I did. I changed it over to the wider body slide. But doing a test, we could see the dummy was missing its mark, so we had to delete a few things, raise it up a bit, and it was working fine. So we put the stairs back in. Let's give it a nice red colour, because we thought this one was slightly higher, so it deserved more excitement for our guests compared to the smaller green one on the right. So now it's time to open up this water slide just to make sure that it's working for our guests. I find when you use the test dummies, it seems to hit a different place compared to the guests. As we see here, they're getting hurt, so we don't want that. So I come back in with the pool tool. We're gonna modify this pool so that it's slightly wider, so I don't have to alter the water slide. I'd rather at this point alter the pool, make it wider, make it bigger, so that everyone's slightly safer, even though it's a complete crowded mess inside there. And still being new to Planet Coaster 2, you can see that I'm having a bit of trouble here. I find a bit of trial and error is the best way to learn. So I move away from the pool tool, go to the pathing tool. Again, having a bit of issue, trying the stamp tool, trying the draw tool. That's not working. In the end, I decided to just swap out the tiles for a nice wooden deck. We get in there. I managed to figure out that the line path tool is probably the best one for this. Get the pool looking nice. Let's round off those corners. Again, double check that our guests are hitting their mark, and it's at this point I think we can go higher, we can go bigger. So let's start by building a platform. Let's make this slide yellow. Let's make it higher level of danger. And giving a quick test, we can see that the test dummy is kind of disappearing. It's not reaching the pool, so we probably need it a bit lower. Let's lower it down, test it again. No, still having the same problem. Let's bring it down a little bit lower, and it seems to be falling in the right place. So we'll put the stairs where we needed to go, make them yellow too. And let's get a queue path connected so our actual guests can test this slide out for us, because I often find when you do a test on flumes, water slides, it isn't actually what you're going to get. So the best way to test it is to get some guests over. Let's remove those bushes. And now our flume is open, ready for the public. So let's speed things up 3 times the speed so that we can get some guests coming up. And we can see them climbing those enormous stairs. I would not like to look down. And let's see where they're landing. And we can see it's off to the right slightly, so let's move it to the left. Annoyingly, we can't just move it slightly to the left because it obstructs itself, so we have to move it quite further over. Let's do another test. Move it slightly again, and that looks about right. So let's reopen this, readjust the path, open it to the public, and let's see what happens. And here comes our first guest. Let's see. Ouch, that looked like that hurt. Okay, so some are overshooting, so let's see if we can adjust the pool. So again, I'm not very familiar with the pool tool. I'm still getting used to it, but first you see me using the stamp tool there. Now I'm using the draw tool. Still not working, but in a minute I discovered the edit tool. I realised that you can select nodes on the pool, you can delete them, but that wasn't the right thing to do. So I undo what I did, I select some more nodes, and I realised that you can actually move them, adjust them. So this is what I do here, select multiple and drag them out. Then smoothing out the pool. Let's come back up to our water slide. Let's see if our guests are actually hitting their target. And as we can see, perfect, right in the centre. Ooh, that was a bit close, but I think that's within reason. I think this one's a success. If not, terrifyingly scary. Maybe you could put in the comments whether you would try this out. Personally, I don't think I would even climb the stairs, let alone jump off the edge of this. But that's enough from me today. Thanks for watching.